Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on November 15th, 2021 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Pangun Langayate Girim Sri Gurum Dhinatharinam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram.
Hare Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we will continue with the compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book. Today's chapter is entitled Three Principal Forms of Bhagavan. Second, Tadekatma Rupa. B. Swamsa, Personal Expansions. 2. Leelavatara. 3. Gunavatara. Under the section, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Sanatana Goswami in the science of the absolute truth. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.296.
খ নীলাবতার বর্ণন পুরুষাবতারের এই কইল নিরূপণ লীলা অবতার এবে শোনো সনাতন.
O Sanatan, I have definitively described the three Purushavataras of Vishnu. Now please hear from me about the pastime incarnations.
Another category of incarnations are pastime incarnations.
Another category of incarnations are pastime incarnations.
Lord Chaitanya will describe those to Sanatana Goswami.
Lord Chaitanya will describe those to Sanatan Goswami. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.297.
অসংখ্য নীলাবতারের মধ্যে 25 মূর্তি মুখ্য লীলা অবতার কৃষ্ণের না যায় গণন প্রধান করিয়া কহি দিগদর্শন.
No one can count the innumerable pastime incarnations of Lord Krishna, but I shall describe the principal ones.
There are countless pastime avatars of the Lord.
There are countless pastime avatars of the Lord.
It's not possible to describe all of them.
It's not possible to describe all of them.
Lord Chaitanya is going to describe the principal ones.
But Lord Chaitanya is going to describe the principal ones. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.298.
মৎস্য কুর্ম রঘুনাথ নৃসিংহ বামন বরাহ আদি লেখা যার না যায় গণন.
Some of the pastime incarnations are the fish incarnation, the tortoise incarnation, Lord Ramachandra, Lord Nrsimha, Lord Vamana, and Lord Varaha. There is no end to them.
Some of the more prominent incarnations which appeared in our universe are mentioned here.
So some of the prominent incarnation which appeared in our universe is being described here. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.299.
শাস্ত্র প্রমাণ শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতমে 10:2:40.
Matsyasva Kachapa Nrsimha Varaha Hamsa Rajanya Vipra Vibudeshu Kritavataraha Tvam Pasi Nastri Bhuvanam Cha Tatadunesha Bharam Bhuvo Hara Yaduttama Vandanam Te. O Lord of the universe, best of the Yadu dynasty, We are offering our prayers unto you mainly to diminish the heavy burden of the universe. Indeed, you diminish this burden formally by incarnating in the form of a fish, a horse, Hayagriva, a tortoise, a lion, Lord Nrsimha, a boar, Lord Varaha, and a swan. You also incarnated as Lord Ramachandra, Parashurama, and Vamana, that wolf. You have always protected us, demigods, and the universe in this way. Now please continue. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.2.40.
How the demigods are representing how the Leela avatars has 9 incarnations.
So here the demigods are mentioning how the different Leela or pastime incarnations,
How the demigods overcome insurmountable obstacles.
help the demigods overcome insurmountable obstacles. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.300.
গুণ অবতারত্রয় বর্ণন লীলাবতারের কইল দিগদর্শন গুণ অবতারের এবে শুনো বিবরণ
I have given a few examples of pastime incarnations. Now I will describe the Gunavatars, the incarnation of the material qualities. Please listen.
Lord Chaitanya is describing all the different, describing some of the different categories of avatars.
So Lord Chaitanya is describing some of the different categories of avatars. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.301.
তিনজন তিনটি কার্যের কর্তা ব্রহ্মা বিষ্ণু শিব তিন গুণ অবতার ত্রিগুণ অঙ্গী করি করে সৃষ্টি আদি ব্যবহার
There are 3 functions within this material universe. Everything here is created, everything is maintained for some time, and everything is finally dissolved. The Lord therefore incarnates himself as the controllers of the 3 qualities Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, and Tamo Guna, goodness, passion, and ignorance. Thus, the transactions of the material world take place.
Here the good avatars are the different incarnations who are in charge of different modes of nature.
So here the Guna Avatar, the different incarnations who are in charge of the different modes of nature
Are mentioned by Lord Chaitanya.
are mentioned by Lord Chaitanya. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.302.
এক রজগুণে ব্রহ্মা কখনো মহত্তম জীবের বৈরাজ ব্রহ্মতত্ত্ব কখনো তদ্ভাবে গর্ভোদক সায়েরই হিরণ্যগর্ভ ব্রহ্মতত্ত্ব ভক্তি মিশ্র কৃত পুণ্যে কোন জীবোত্তম রজগুণে বিভাবিত করি তার মন
Because of his past pious activities mixed with devotional service, the first-class living entity is influenced by the mode of passion within his mind. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.303.
গর্ভোদক সাই দ্বারা শক্তি সঞ্চারী ব্যষ্টি সৃষ্টি করে কৃষ্ণ ব্রহ্মারূপ ধরি
Such a devotee is empowered by Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. In this way, an incarnation of Krishna in the form of Brahma engineers the total creation of the universe. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. The Garbhodakashayi Vishnu Purushavatara expansion of Lord Vishnu accepts the material modes Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, and Tamo Guna, and thus incarnates as Lord Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva. These are incarnations of the material qualities. Among the many superior living entities qualified with pious activities and devotional service, one, called Lord Brahma, is infused with the quality of passion by the supreme will of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Thus, Lord Brahma becomes the incarnation of the creative energy of the Lord.
Brahma is normally an individual living entity,
So, Brahma is normally an individual living entity,
but he is empowered by the Lord.
but he is empowered by the Lord.
So he takes up the mode of passion.
So, he takes up the mode of passion.
He can do the secondary creation of the entire universe.
So, he can do the secondary creation of the entire universe,
One of the Sarga.
which is known as Visarga. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.304
ব্রহ্মসংহিতায় 5:49
Basvanyatasma sakaleshu nijeshu teja Siyam kiyat prakatyapi tatvadhatra Brahmaya isha jagadhanda vidhana karta Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. The sun manifests his brilliance in a gem, although it is stone. Similarly, the original personality of Godhead Govinda manifests his special power in a pious living entity. Thus, the living entity becomes Brahma and manages the affair of the universe. Let me worship Govinda, the original personality of Godhead. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. This is a quotation from Brahma Samhita 5.49.
I see how a living entity is empowered by the Lord,
So we see how a living entity is being empowered by the Lord,
and he is able to do the function of Lord Brahma,
and he is able to do the function of Lord Brahma
to create the universe,
to create the universe
manage its affairs.
and manage its affairs. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.305
কোন কল্পে যদি যোগ্য জীব নাহি পায় আপনে ঈশ্বর তবে অংশে ব্রহ্মা হয়।
If in a kalpa a suitable living entity is not available to take charge of Brahma's post, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself personally expands and becomes Lord Brahma. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. One day of Brahma consists of the 4 yugas multiplied 1,000 times, or according to solar calculation, 4,320,000,000 years. And such also is the duration of his night. 1 year of Brahma's life consists of 360 such days and nights, and Brahma lives for 100 such years. Such is the life of Brahma.
So, not only Brahma is a very pious Krishna conscious living entity,
Normally, Brahma is a very pious Krishna conscious living entity
but is empowered by Krishna,
who's empowered by Krishna
Garbhodakashayi Vishnu.
through the Garbhodakashayi Vishnu.
However, if no one is found who has enough piety to become a Brahma,
However, no one is found to have enough piety to become Brahma,
then Krishna extends himself to the Brahma in that universe.
so Krishna expands himself to be Brahma in that universe. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.306
শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতে 10:68-37
What is the value of a throne to Lord Krishna? The masters of the various planetary systems accept the dust of his lotus feet on their crowned heads. That dust makes the holy places sacred, and even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lakshmi, and myself, who are all portions of his plenary portions, eternally carry that dust on our heads. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.68.37, when the Kauravas flattered Baladeva so that he would become their ally and spoke ill of Sri Krishna. Lord Baladeva became angry and spoke this verse.
This verse explains how Krishna is worshipable.
So this verse explains how Krishna is worshipable.
Even he, Lord Balaram, worships Lord Krishna.
Even he, Lord Balaram, he worships Krishna.
And all he did personalities carry the dust of Krishna's lotus feet
And all the great
in their head.
and all the great personalities take the dust from Krishna's lotus feet on their heads. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 20.307.
2 তম গুণে রুদ্র মায়া সঙ্গী রূপে গর্ভোদক সাইরি রুদ্রত্ব নিজ অংশ কলায়া কৃষ্ণ তম গুণ অঙ্গীকারে সংহারার্থে মায়া সঙ্গে রুদ্র রূপ ধরে.
Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, expands a portion of his plenary portion and accepting the association of the material mode of ignorance assumes the form of Rudra to dissolve the cosmic manifestation. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. This is a description of the Rudra form, which is another expansion of Krishna. Only Vishnu Murtis are expansions of Krishna's personal and plenary portions. Mahavishnu, who lies on the causal ocean, is an expansion of Sankarshana. When Garbhodakashayi Vishnu accepts the material modes of nature for the purpose of dissolving the cosmic manifestation, his form is called Rudra. As already explained, Lord Vishnu is the controller of Maya. How then can he associate with Maya? The conclusion is that the incarnation of Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma indicates the absence of the supreme power of Vishnu. When the supreme power is not there, it is possible to associate with Maya, the external energy. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are to be considered creations of Maya.
And this explains the difference between Vishnu and his forms as Rudra and Lord Brahma.
So, this explains the difference between Lord Vishnu and his forms as Lord Rudra and Lord Brahma.
Lord Rudra is considered like yogurt,
Lord Rudra is considered like yogurt,
and Krishna is like milk.
Krishna
Krishna like milk.
and Vishnu is like milk.
So, yogurt is nothing but milk,
Yogurt is nothing but milk,
but it's not milk, it's changed.
but it is not milk, it is changed.
Rudra is empowered by Krishna,
So Rudra is empowered by Krishna,
but he is missing some of the power of Vishnu.
but he is missing some of the power of Vishnu.
So therefore, Rudra Brahma and others to be considered on the same platform
Therefore, Rudra and Brahma are never to be considered on the same platform
as Lord Krishna.
as Lord Vishnu. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 20.308.
কৃষ্ণের স্বয়ংস্বরূপে বস্তুত অভিন্ন অংশ ঈশ্বর কোটি হইয়াও রুদ্র মায়াসঙ্গ বিকারে জগৎ সংহারক রূপে বিভিন্ন অংশ জীব মায়াসঙ্গ বিকারে রুদ্র ভিন্ন ভিন্ন রূপ জীব তত্ত্ব হয় নহে কৃষ্ণেরও স্বরূপ.
Rudra, Lord Shiva, has various forms. which are transformations brought about by association with Maya. Although Rudra is not on the same level with Jiva Tattvas, he still cannot be considered a personal expansion of Lord Krishna. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Rudra is simultaneously one and different form from the Vishnu Tattva. Due to his association with Maya, he is different from the Vishnu Tattva, but at the same time, he is an expansion of Krishna's personal form. This situation is called Beda Abeda Tattva or Achintya Beda Abeda Tattva, simultaneously one and different.
So Lord Brahma has 50 qualities,
So Lord Brahma has 50 qualities,
and Lord Shiva has 5 more, he has 55.
and Lord Shiva, he has 5 more, he has 55.
Vishnu has 60,
But Vishnu has 60,
and Vishnu is a direct extension of Krishna,
and Vishnu is a direct expansion of Krishna,
who has 64 qualities.
who has 64 qualities.
So, according to Parasara Muni, the
So according to Parasara Muni, the
Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
and his extensions as Vishnu
and his expansions as Vishnu
are almost the same as him.
are almost as same as him.
Lord Shiva, greater than all the entities,
But Lord Shiva, although greater than all other living entities,
he still has 5 qualities less than Vishnu.
he still has 5 qualities less than Vishnu.
And therefore, he is not considered on the same level as Vishnu.
So therefore, he is not considered on the same level as Vishnu.
And but he is more powerful than Lord Brahma,
But he is more powerful than Lord Brahma,
who has 50 qualities.
who has 50 qualities.
All the totals, 64 are Krishna.
But all the 64 are in Krishna.
Other than the entities have the 50 qualities,
But the other
to a
living
lesser degree.
But the other living entities has the 50 qualities in lesser degrees. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.309.
রুদ্রের ভেদাভেদ প্রকাশ তত্ত্বের উপমা দুগ্ধ ও দধির দৃষ্টান্ত। দুগ্ধ যেন অম্লযোগে দধিরূপ ধরে, দুগ্ধান্তর বস্তু নহে দুগ্ধ হইতে নারে।
Milk is transformed into yogurt when it associates with the yogurt culture. Thus yogurt is nothing but milk, but still it is not milk. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Of the 3 deities supervising the creation, maintenance and dissolution of the universe, Lord Vishnu is never separate from the original Vishnu. However, Lord Shiva and Brahma, due to their association with Maya, are different from Vishnu. Vishnu cannot be transformed into any form of material energy. Whenever there is association with Maya, the personality involved must be different from Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma are called Gunavataras, for they associate with the material qualities. The conclusion is that Rudra is not exactly Lord Vishnu, but rather a transformation of Vishnu. Therefore, he does not come within the category of Vishnu Tattvas, thus is inconceivably one with Vishnu and different from him. The example given in this verse is very clear. Milk is compared to Vishnu. As soon as milk touches a sour substance, it becomes yogurt or Lord Shiva. Although yogurt is constitutionally milk, it cannot be used in the place of milk.
So, the transcendental Lord is known as Vishnu Tattva.
So the transcendental Lord is known as Vishnu Tattva,
The living entities are Jiva Tattva.
and the living entity is known as Jiva Tattva.
In between Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva is the Rudra Tattva.
In between the Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva, there is the Rudra Tattva. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.310.
ব্রহ্ম সংহিতায় 5:45 ক্ষীরং যথা দধি বিকার বিশেষ যোগাৎ সংজায়তে না তো তত পৃথগস্তি হেতু যশম্ভুতমাপি তথা সমৈপতি কার্যাৎ গোবিন্দমাদি পুরুষম তমহম ভজামি.
Milk changes into yogurt when mixed with a yogurt culture, but actually it is constitutionally nothing but milk. Similarly, Govinda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, assumes the form of Lord Shiva, Shambhu, for the special purpose of material transactions. I offer my obeisances at his lotus feet. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. This is a quotation from the Brahma Samhita 5.45. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.311.
রুদ্র ও বিষ্ণুর পার্থক্য. শিব মায়া শক্তি সঙ্গী তমগুণাবেশ মায়াতীত গুণাতীত বিষ্ণু পরমেশ.
Lord Shiva is an associate of the external energy. Therefore, he is absorbed in the material quality of darkness. Lord Vishnu is transcendental to Maya and the qualities of Maya. Therefore, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Vishnu is beyond the range of the material manifestation, and he is not within the control of the material energy. He is the Supreme Independent Personality of Godhead. This is admitted by Shankaracharya, Narayana Paravyaktat Avyaktat Gita Bhashya. In his constitutional form, Shiva is a Mahabhagavat, a supreme devotee of the Lord, but because he accepts Maya's association, especially the quality of ignorance, he is not free from Maya's influence. Such an intimate association is completely absent in the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. Lord Shiva accepts Maya, but in the presence of Lord Vishnu, Maya does not exist. Consequently, Lord Shiva has to be considered a product of Maya. When Lord Shiva is free from Maya's influence, he is in the position of a Mahabhagavata, a supreme devotee of Lord Vishnu. Vaishnavanam yata Shambhuhu. So the
Personality of Godhead,
personality of Godhead, Vishnu,
is always above material nature.
is always above the material nature.
Since Shiva is associated with Maya,
Although since Shiva is associated with Maya,
therefore he is slightly changed.
he is slightly changed.
He loses some of the supreme powers of Lord Vishnu.
He loses some of the supreme powers of Lord Vishnu,
Although he's more than living entities.
although he is more than the living entities. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.312.
ব্যবহারত রুদ্র সর্বদা গুণমায়া মিলিত শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতে 10:88-3:5.
Shiva Shakti Yukta Shashvat Trilingo Guna Samvritaha Vaikarikas Taijasascha Tamasash Chetyaham Tridha. The truth about Lord Shiva is that he is always covered with the three material coverings, Vaikarika, Taijasa and Tamasa. Because of these three modes of material nature, he always associates with the external energy and egotism itself. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.88.3.
The once your false ego is manifested to Lord Shiva.
The potency of false ego is manifested through Lord Shiva.
At the same time, he is considered to be the greatest devotee of Krishna.
At the same time, he is considered as the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.313 Harir hi nirguna shakshat purushah prakrite paraha sa swargadrik upadrashta tam bhajan nirguno bhavet. Sri Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is situated beyond the range of material nature. Therefore, he is the Supreme Transcendental Person. He can see everything inside and outside. Therefore, he is the Supreme Overseer of all living entities. If someone takes shelter at his lotus feet and worships him, he also attains a transcendental position. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. This is also a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.88.5.
So, one can become transcendently situated by taking shelter of Lord Hari.
So one can become transcendently situated by taking shelter of Lord Hari. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.314
সত্যগুণে বিষ্ণু গর্ভোদক সায়েরই বিলাস কৃষ্ণের কলা পালনার্থ স্বয়ং বিষ্ণু রূপে অবতার সত্যগুণ দৃষ্টান্ত তাতে গুণমায়া পার.
For the maintenance of the universe, Lord Krishna descends as his personal plenary expansion in the form of Vishnu. He is the director of the mode of goodness. Therefore, he is transcendental to the material energy.
Krishna, through his expansion of Vishnu,
So Krishna, through his expansion of Vishnu,
maintains the material universe.
maintains the material universe.
He is always above material energy.
And he is always above the material energy.
He exists before the material universe. He exists after it.
He exists before the universe and he exists after it. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.315
সর্বৈশ্বর্যপূর্ণ কৃষ্ণ সমপ্রায় কৃষ্ণ অংশী তেহ অংশ বেদে হেন গায়.
Lord Vishnu is in the category of Swamsha because he has opulences almost equal to Krishna's. Krishna is the original person and Lord Vishnu is his personal expansion. This is the verdict of all Vedic literatures. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Although an incarnation of the material energy, Lord Brahma is nonetheless the director of the material mode of passion. Similarly, Lord Shiva, although simultaneously one with and different from Lord Krishna, is still the incarnation of the mode of darkness. However, Lord Vishnu is Krishna's personal expansion. Therefore, he is the director of the mode of goodness and is always transcendentally situated beyond the jurisdiction of the modes of material nature. Lord Vishnu is the original personal expansion of Krishna, and Krishna is the original source of all incarnations. As far as power is concerned, Lord Vishnu is as powerful as Lord Krishna because he possesses all the opulences.
Krishna, through his personal expansions,
So Krishna, through his personal expansions,
is maintaining all the universes.
he is maintaining all the universes.
And spiritual sky has various extensions
And the spiritual sky has various expansions
which are not different from Krishna,
which are non-different from him, Krishna,
but have almost all the same powers as Krishna.
They have almost all the same powers as Krishna.
This Krishna has 4 additional features.
Just Krishna has 4 additional features. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.316.
দ্বীপের দৃষ্টান্ত ব্রহ্ম সংহিতায় 5:46।
दीपार्चिर एव हि दशान्तरम् अप्युपेत्य दीपायते विवृतहेतु समानधर्म यस्तादृकेव हि च विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. When the flame of one candle is expanded to another candle and placed in a different position, it burns separately, and its illumination is as powerful as the original candles. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda expands himself in different forms as Vishnu, who is equally luminous, powerful, and opulent. Let me worship that Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. This is a quotation from Brahma Samhita 5.46.
That's why you can say that Krishna by extending himself,
So in this way we can see that Krishna, by expanding himself,
he doesn't diminish in power.
he doesn't diminish in power.
Rather, one candle can light many candles.
Rather, one candle can light many candles.
Krishna can have many expansions.
Krishna can have many expansions,
And all the expansions will also have equal power.
and all the expansion would also have equal powers. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.317.
ব্রহ্মা ও শিব বর্ষ তত্ত্ব ও কৃষ্ণ হইতে ভিন্নাকৃতি, বিষ্ণু ঈশতত্ত্ব ও কৃষ্ণের সমাকৃতি। ব্রহ্মা শিব আজ্ঞাকারী ভক্ত অবতার, পালনার্থে বিষ্ণু কৃষ্ণের স্বরূপ আকার।
The conclusion is that Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are simply devotee incarnation who carry out orders. However, Lord Vishnu, the maintainer, is the personal feature of Lord Krishna.
Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma have to take the order from Lord Vishnu.
Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma have to take orders from Lord Vishnu.
Vishnu is always in a transcendental position.
And Vishnu is always in the transcendental position. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.313. Verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srijami tanniyoktoham haro harati tatvashaha vishvam purusha rupena paripati trishaktidruk. Lord Brahma said, I am engaged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to create. Following his orders, Lord Shiva dissolves everything. The Supreme Personality of Godhead in his form as Kshirodakshai Vishnu maintains all the affairs of material nature. Thus, the Supreme Controller of the 3 modes of material nature is Lord Vishnu. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 2.6.32. Lord Brahma gave this information to Deva Rishi Narada when he was receiving instructions from Lord Brahma to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead Paramatma. After describing the universal form of the Lord, Lord Brahma explained that his position and Lord Shiva's positions are controlled by Lord Vishnu.
This basic understanding of why Brahma and Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are different from Lord Vishnu.
So this is the basic understanding why Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are different from Lord Vishnu.
It's described here.
Is described here.
Vishnu is always transcendental. He gives them the order.
And Vishnu is always transcendental. He gives them the order. Thus ends the chapter entitled 3 Principal Forms of Bhagavan, 2 Tadekatma Rupa Be Swamsa, Personal Expansion, 2 Leelavatara, 3 Gunavatara. Under the section, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Sanatan Goswami in the science of the Absolute Truth.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.